Hi everyone, this is Ben Ryan, and we are here with energy policy analyst Joe McMonigle to talk about Trump's likely executive action today to sign approvals for the Keystone XL and the Dakota Access pipeline. Joe, you were obviously in front of this a few months back when Trump was elected. Based on the news that is coming today, what do you expect from here?
That's right. Well, we actually just saw the breaking news from the White House that the president had signed executive orders to approve the Keystone Pipeline and the Dakota Access Pipeline. As you pointed out, right after the election, we forecasted that this is something that we expected to happen in the first couple days of administration, and that's exactly what happened. I think that we're seeing this because I think Trump is trying to show quick action on a lot of his priorities. This is, as we pointed out at the time, one of many things he can do on his own without having to need Congress to approve something. And so I think we're seeing, the fruits of that action today.
Okay, great. And then, so one thing that, in the note that you just wrote to clients, one important thing you mentioned was that both pipelines will continue to see legal challenges in state and federal courts by environmental groups. Is that more just going to be a nuisance, or could there be real problems there?
For Keystone, I think it's going to be more of a nuisance. I guess as they will challenge on sort of procedural grounds how Trump is doing this. I'm sure the White House will lay out legal reasoning and backup for taking the action today. The Dakota Access Pipeline may be a little trickier just because the Army Corps of Engineers had started a environmental impact study, and somehow that has to be reversed. It's easier now that he has the Secretary of Defense, General Mattis, now at the Pentagon, who can instruct the Army Corps of Engineers to take the appropriate action to carry out the executive order. But also in both cases, there is litigation right now. There's federal litigation on the Dakota Access Pipeline case that I think will continue. Administration is not going to defend the Obama legal position in these cases. So my guess is that litigation will probably end up working in favor of the administration. In Keystone's case, the federal litigation is pretty much ended, but there is litigation in state courts in Nebraska in particular, and we'll just have to wait and see how those issues come out, mainly dealing with takings law in Nebraska.
Okay, great. And then last thing, I want to keep this short, but aside from the two pipeline approvals, from a regulatory standpoint, what other overhauls can we see in the energy sector coming down the pipe here in the near term?
Yeah, so I think in both of these cases, it's within the White House's purview to do this. And in the Dakota Access, as I mentioned, it's the Army Corps of Engineers, so they needed to have in place a Secretary of Defense in order to sort of facilitate the decision. It's unlikely that we'll see some more of these types of orders until some of these other nominees for EPA, Energy, and Interior get in place, just because they're going to be needed to kind of effectuate some of these policies. But as we pointed out in previous notes, obviously the Clean Power Plan is probably top on the list, and sort of reversing the Obama policy on regulating carbon. And that will require Pruitt to be installed and confirmed as EPA administrator, and probably also require some of his sub-cabinet positions to also be in place. So we're probably going to have a little bit of a delay there. But at energy, I think you could see expedited approvals of LNG exports. The Obama administration supported LNG exports, but they tried to manage it and really delayed and slowed down approvals of facilities. I think you could see DOE just approve en masse LNG exports, which would probably be a boost to natural gas prices, and end up helping coal as well. Another big one that we've talked about too is lifting the federal moratorium on coal leasing on federal lands. That's something that the coal industry has sought for some time. This is one that Obama could probably, or Trump could probably do on his own through executive order, even without the Interior Secretary being confirmed.
Okay, great. We'll let you go there. Thanks for the timely update, Joe.
Good to be with you.